Hi, my name is Regan Dalton, and good afternoon. Um, Thank you for your time today. I will be presenting our 72-hour crisis communication plan that is developed for Elwood City School District. Um, I am the lead point person on this, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I know there's a town meeting coming soon, and I can happily go to that and describe this plan as needed. So as we're going, we'll have the table of contents. So people, if they need to get reminded of their jobs and roles or how we're gonna can go through this process, it's listed here, and they can go straight to the correct information they need. I like having a detailed document because I think it helps people um, if they are confused to come here and look here first. So the purpose of this is to ensure that we are doing this in a timely, accurate, and unified and united responses to the events that threaten school safety, also student safety, and the community's trust in the district's reputation. This plan is to be activated during any event that affects physical safety, disrupt school operations, and impacts stakeholders' perception. So it outlines the protocols, responsibilities, and activation, and what degree of the event falls under. So category. So as you see down here, we have we categorize the crisis levels from 1 to 4 based on um, if it involves violence, weapons, cyberbullying, any of that. So as you see, this event falls under this situation qualifies as a level 1 crisis, requiring all hands on deck. So this means response from superintendent, media relations manager, legal team, social media manager, and school principal. You can see that on to the right, and it says the job. So the superintendent needs to activate the full crisis response team, which you will see down below. Media, draft press releases, media statements. Um, Legal team reviews all communication and potential liabilities. Social media manager issues immediate alert across all platforms once the incident has occurred, um, just to let know what happened, what the parents know before the kids leave to go home at school that day, so they don't hear out anyone's mouth but ours first. Um, and then as you see below, there's different. Level 2 is a high risk incident. Level 3 is a moderate disruption. Level 4 is a minor incident. So each of these have different situations with them. It's easier that we categorize it so that when we send it out to the staff, we can just put which level and they will know out of the realm of what the situation is and what we need to do. So, um, as you see, you can see our team is below. Um, and to ensure that we have a unified and strategic communication response that protects safety, trust, and reputation. So, um, our first line of defense includes our superintendent, um, me as point leader, and you can see I have my email there, my number. You can contact me whenever. I will answer it and help to solve whatever question you have or the issue that arises. Below, we have our superintendent, internal communications, um, media relations, and social media manager. And also, it's listed all their emails and numbers as well. We have a communication method too if parents want to reach out through this email. Um, just so it's all information stays on one thing and we can address it to the parents and get back to them as fast as possible. Um, so this is our first line of defense. Followed below is the greater response team, and this is due to when we need extra support, which in this case we do. So it would be IT, school, security, social media. Additional people may be the PTA president, just so we can gather information from the public and the parents, which is very important. So, so that's the team we have. So the first line of defense, and then additional people when needed. Um, and everyone knows when their time is to step in is listed down below. Um, as you can see right here, each team member has a defined role. For example, the media relations manager um, answers all press inquiries and craft messaging. The mental health coordinator, which is down below, Allison Brooks, she's amazing, deploys crisis counselors and oversees trauma-informed care. Social media is monitored closely to control rumors and only to approve spokespeople who are allowed to make public statements, which is our superintendent, which is listed here. So gives the name of the jobs, a little summary of what they will be doing. They can always come back here and look. If we want to dive deeper or have questions about how or what the roles is, I can answer that. Um, so as we dive into how the plan works is firstly, phase one is to be alerted. We need people, the right people to get a hold of the information so they can best handle it swifty as possible. So first thing is alert. Anyone expecting a crisis must notify leadership immediately. It's better to over alert than miss a threat. Assesses. So here is when we need to evaluate the scope of the crisis, classify the level, plan next steps. Here we have general questions that we need to be answered of the incident. I've answered them down here. I can go over them and summarize them now, but for the town meeting, I can go in depth to any questions of the incident that occur. Um, as you can see, 3 violent incidents took place, follow a lawsuit against us, and um, many more might be coming since one has already been done before. I forgot to mention this is a level 1 because it's national news, and as we go back up, it's national news. We're having a lawsuit and pending more. Um, yeah, so our reputation's at stake, and we are getting very bad negative news. So going back down, oh, it follows these questions: facts, when did it occur, who was involved, student, staff, community, media. What is the current or potential impact on the student, staff, and reputation, which is a lot. Students, anxiety, fear, heightened tension at school, scared they might be next, um, those sort of stuff. Um, some impacts on the staff is stress on our teachers. Um, do they feel unsafe, unsupported, and reputation? So we go through like what we do know and um, about the lawsuit, and the police are investigating the incidents, and that is out of our control, so we can have focus on more of what we can control. So focus on the controllables. What is still unknown, which details of the lawsuit, um, whether it's unclear who's at fault here. Has it made public? Yes. National news, resources needed, and security, counseling, mental health, legal, communication system. Okay, so now we go to activate. What this is when the roles kicked in, we hold press comments, update website, deploy counseling, shut down auto scheduling social media posts to avoid appearing insensitive. So all these go in hand. So schedule a meeting with the greater response team. The group is listed above. Uh, issue an initial holding statement to improve on the one that the superintendent released too soon and not enough information or details, or so that is down here, and basically just tells the public that we understand what they're going through, we're what we know, and we're limited to speak right now, and where to look at updates on our website. Additionally, security has been hired and start immediately to help the students feel more safe at this time. We're dedicated to maintaining safe, supported learning environment. We ask for patience and understanding. Um, just I, basically we want to appear transparent, and that's very important. So that's the one down there. Um, Social media manager will go through all the posts, pin unified messaging, and nice one, delete all of the bad messaging. Um, and then we need a behavioral threat assessment for all the individuals causing the harm or violence. So down here, you can see there's an example of one. Um, what happened, when it occurred, and this will be done by our social worker and mental health team. Just to know the resources, what we're dealing with, how we can help best the student. Let me find my place. Okay. From there, start, we'll do the behavioral threat, and then from there, we'll keep monitoring the local news, flag misinformation, and try to correct them if they are not informing bestly about the situation. And we will end any rumors best we can. I know we can't tackle all of them. Um, Prep for talking points for the town meeting. Increased security, as we said. This will be the superintendent. This is very important. We will go and make a whole page on our website, school website, for updates to report any new information. Inform the staff, so they're not left in the dark and finding out when the parents find out. And then send emails to the school board, PTA, letting them know where our heads at and how we are handling the situation. So that is our first 24 hours. Next, we will maintain regular updates to staff, parents, and press to support ongoing investigations and adapt as facts evolve. Basically organize media information, interviews, press conference, check in with principals, gather information. This is basically just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Feature on will be implementing a uh, prevention task force made up of teachers, law enforcement, students, and parents, just so that we can have all feedback of how best we can avoid the situation again. Update the frequent asked questions. Deliver personal outreach to the families who have directly been involved. See if they need any resources, any show them, we'll give them our mental health line and social if their kids want to talk or even if the parents want to talk. Um, and we will be working with our mental health professionals to provide conflict resolution workshops and meditation programs. After the situation stabilizes, so after the town meeting, and we are going through this process, hours go by, days go by, weeks. Um, we will debrief and evaluate our performance and how we can strengthen the plan moving forward. Create a log for media coverage, comments, public sentiment, conduct family support group information sessions to gather their thoughts of how we did, um, what worked, what didn't. Um, have an action plan of the students who did get suspended and how students will return after um they after they go through their punishment and how we can acclimate them back, which cause they no more issues. Here we have some do's and don'ts. Um, do's stick to approved messaging, avoid um, speculation, communicate quickly, clearly, and consistently on all channels. That's very important. Um, support families, document all actions taken for transparency. Don't allow unauthorized staff to speak. Don't delay. Don't speculate. Don't like regular posts like sports go out during this time. Um, don't use emotionally charged language. So as we're going through just some key reminders. To keep this plan effective, we have this maintaining effective response plan. And here just we'll we'll run mock crisis drills twice a year. This stimulates trained staff to respond under pressure. Um, clarify roles. The plan will also be reviewed and updated every quarter or after a real crisis. Everyone on the team, from principals to support staff, will be undergo annual training to stay prepared. Uh, as you can see, we want this to be as smooth and like as routine as possible. So when an incident happens, everyone knows their job. Um, and yeah, they come back here to look, but it comes like a second nature. So yeah, so that is um our crisis plan. This crisis has challenged the trust between Edward Elwood City School District and its families. Um, but through transparent, timely, and unified communication, we can rebuild that trust. And this plan is built to respond, but to lead with compassion and credibility. And we just hope that the students and the public and the families can all heal from this incident and going further can retrust in our school and our district to do better. But yeah, so this is our plan. If you have any questions, let me know, reach out to me. And thank you for listening.